Okay. So I was saying this to Jay, then I was like, okay, I might as well pull out the camera and tell all of us. Because I be learning things, right? And so here's the thing. We got the bank account, and I was trying to do some research as to what was making bank rates on the bank account fluctuate. And this is the thing. The Federal Reserve, they're in charge of the economy. They want to make it so the economy is stable, right? Fairly stable. And they do this by controlling the interest rate on money. When they raise the interest rate, and let's say, and usually it's for bank loans. So when they raise the interest rate for bank loans, this will make it so that, again, people are discouraged to go out and buy things like houses and cars and anything that they may have to get a bank loan for because interest rates are too high. And so the thing about it is, what excites me is just knowing that. It's like when you know how to make your moves, because the bottom line is there's a pro and there's a con to everything, right? And hold on, let me just do it like this so I can look at Jay. There's a pro and there's a con to everything. And so what was exciting to me is this. We always think about, okay, when the Fed Reserve raises the interest rate, it's like, oh man, that's bad. Because what happens typically is the stock market goes down, we lose money in our investments. But on the same side, it's a great time to buy stock because stocks are down. So therefore, we're buying things at a lower price. And the only time you're really losing money on your investment is if you're going to sell. We're not going to sell because we're in this for the long term. So we're investing for the long term. So our stocks are sitting there. Our investments are sitting there. And when they're down, they're going to go up again in time.
And it's good to, like, to dish more money if it's, low too.
Because you're getting more for your buck.
Yeah.
You're getting more for your buck. And then I was like saying, when the interest rates go high, like if I'm trying to get a loan or whatever, it doesn't bother me because I'm not on the market for a loan. So it doesn't affect me personally because I'm not trying to get another house, buy a car, buy this, buy that. So that doesn't matter. But then what I also realized was this. When the Federal Reserve raises the interest rates, what also typically happens is that the interest rates on banks are higher as well, meaning that they can pay you higher interest rates on your money. Now, this is only going to affect you if you're in a bank that actually pays you a decent interest rate on your money, and if they also fluctuate as the market fluctuates. So when the Federal Reserve increases the interest rate, if they actually give you a cut of that too. Luckily for us, we're now with a bank, the Goldman Sachs Marcus account, that does that. So every month the interest rate can go higher and it can also go lower. Okay? So I was saying, so this is how this works for me. This is how I'm using this to my advantage. Now that the interest rate is high, right now they're paying it because we get an extra % because we use the referral code. So now we're making 5.15% on our money, right?
Yes.
This is how I'm using it. Because my loan on my house, my interest rate is only 2.25%. Whoa. So what this means for me, I'm sorry for all this moving around. I cannot get comfortable. We're in a different car, so I don't have an easy setup in here. Okay, so because I pay 2.25% on a loan on my house, but yet I get 5.15% in interest on my bank. That is higher than what I'm paying on the loan on my house, right?
Yes.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting my money, the extra money that I would typically pay on my house, into this bank account. Do you see what I'm getting at?
And you said like towards the end of the year, you would dish out some money.
Basically, it's going to be based off of what the Federal Reserve is doing. Yeah. So right now, Marcus sent out a newsletter basically saying that the interest rate was increased for May because they do this monthly. They foresee it might go up one more time in June. And again, this is all predictions. Nobody really knows what the Federal Reserve is going to do, right? So they might go up one more time in June. And then they foresee it holding for the rest of the year. So this means for the rest of this year, we might have a high interest rate that the banks are receiving for the remainder of the year. It can go down as well, but fairly high. So what I'm doing, what my strategy is, as long as that interest rate is above 3%, and it might be 3, let's just go with 3%. As long as it's higher than 3%, I'm gonna take the extra money that I would typically put on my house and I'm gonna hold it in that account. And as soon as it goes down again, when interest rates are low again, I'm then gonna pull that money and the money that the money has earned and then pay it on my house. That's the strategy I'm gonna do now.
So you're not gonna do it on a yearly basis?
It just depends, because again, month to month, we don't know what the Federal Reserve is doing.
Okay.
But I'm saying, but while the money is able to be in that account and make money, I'm gonna hold it there.
Yeah, but okay, because even though you pay extra on your house, you still really saving.
Yeah, I did the math. The math I did was this. Because I'm in a good spot right now where I owe less than $170,000 on my house. What I did was I see how much every single month I pay in interest on my house, which is about $300 that I pay in interest. But then I also look at every single month how much I make in interest on that bank account, which is about close to $500.
Yeah.
So I'm making about $500 on the bank account, but yeah, I'm paying about $300 on interest. So I'm at a sweet spot right now where what I owe on the house is low enough so that the monthly interest isn't higher than what I'm making in the investment. Now, I know other people, they have another frame of thought saying, oh, we'll put that money in a brokerage account or wherever where the interest rate can be higher. But remember, when we're talking about stocks, that's over time. Because there are times, trust me, I look at my statements a lot. And there are some months where I actually lose money in the market. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting negative 2% return. So I don't want to play with my house money in the market, because the market pays off in the long term when you're holding it there for a longer period of time. Because remember, I said right now, the Federal Reserve interest rates are higher. That means that the market is down right now. So I don't want to put money in a market that I set aside for the house. Like I do put money in the market still, but it's other money.
Yeah,
it comes from other places.
It's just different pies and stuff.
Yes.
Because you don't know what the market. You can't put all your eggs in one basket.
No. Yeah. And what I'm saying with this bank account is, even if the interest rate goes down, I'm not losing money. Like my bank account will never say negative $300 was lost from this bank account because the interest rate fluctuated. No, this is just money that will always be earned. So that's why I'm holding it there versus putting it in the market.
Yeah.
Because the big goal for me is paying off my house. That's my big goal. So I'm not playing with the house money. I'm not gambling with the house money.
Yeah, you want to get it done in a proper, good manner.
Yeah.
And I'm using the bank also for just holding my taxes, because I hold my taxes every month.
Exactly. So. Like I wouldn't gamble with my tax money.
Yeah. So I'm throwing my tax money in my account, and and get something out of it, and every month. So that's pretty good.
But you guys get that? Does that make sense? What I'm saying is how you can play with and make it work to your advantage in one way or another. The two ways you make it work to your advantage is, okay, the Federal Reserve went up. You ain't planning on getting a loan anyway, so you're good there. So now this is a good time for you to either buy more investments at a lower price, and or make sure that you are really taking advantage of your high yield savings account, especially an account that will fluctuate with whatever the market is doing.
And the worst that can happen is you won't make that much money.
You don't make that much,
but you're gonna make much more than leaving it into a regular checkings account.
Exactly.
So way more. Yep. I mean, like.
And then when the Federal Reserve interest rate
times more
goes down because they're trying to stimulate spending again, that might be the good time to go and look into refinancing at a lower interest rate. That may be the time to go ahead and, if you are playing the If you're doing more of a swing trade thing and you're like, okay, you know what, investments are up right now, let me sell some, things like that. So you can really make this stuff work to your advantage, okay? But the idea is to spot what are your financial goals and how can you strategically play these games. And once again, I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all are looking at a high yield savings account and you want to look into open up a markets account, hit me up in my email. I will send you over a referral code, and this is gonna get you a % higher than what the website is advertising. So if the website is advertising 3.25%, that 1% will get you 4.25% for the next 3 months, okay? Again, email me. And I say email me. It's not in my description or anything like that because they only give us a limited number of codes, of times we can give out our code. So I want to, throughout the year. So I want to make sure that I'm giving you, at the time that you requested, a code that's active. Okay? All right, y'all. That is it. Hope this made sense. But I was excited when I kind of figured it out, understood it. When I finally understood it. And so I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Thank y'all for watching. We're on a road trip to Virginia Beach right now, and we want to see y'all in the next video. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Peace.